Who are they listening to? Here we go.
Someone told me that you prayed to find a man like the man you married.
Oh, absolutely. Before I met my husband, I went through one of the most challenging phases in my life. I was a single mom, and I'd never been in that place before, and that really made me stop and take a look back on the journey. And I was like, okay, I've got to change something up here.
Ciara was not always a happily married woman. She had a tumultuous dating history, and the relationships didn't go anywhere. There was 50 Cent, there was Bow Wow, there was Amari Stoudemire, and even Future. And it got
So she done been on the carousel. You done dated been 7 feet tall. I ain't trying to come after no 7 foot tall man. I'm sorry. Listen, Russell is a saint for stepping into. People don't understand Ciara's history. Look beyond a little bit of beauty she got. This woman has a track record. All right. And this is their queen. She's the one they follow, and she's the commander.
Yeah, she
of the modern woman.
Ciara's prayer. Ciara's prayer. That's my favorite. I'm gonna keep touching on that. I love the way these modern women, they cling so tight to Ciara's prayer, but they ain't putting in the work and they ain't make the sacrifices she had to make in order to land Russell. But I didn't know. I forgot at least that she had, all these guys. But there's, I don't know. Holy cow! And at the end, he said, "God damn, that threw me off." So, but Future, here we go. Why is this such an issue? Like Gavin said, he ain't trying to come behind. Ain't none of us trying to come behind no 7-foot man. Why? Because men understand that you will be imprinted on and your parent bonding abilities will diminish. Because every man, any dominant man that's going to deal with you, he's trying to imprint on you. He is trying to make his mark on you. Don't you understand? He ain't understand something, man. Y'all take the physical act of sex way too lightly. I'm trying to tell you. These big basketball players and rappers, they putting in overtime on you in between them. She's saying, you know that. And now you get some Mr. 40 hours a week necessarily ain't moving like that. He ain't got that kind of charisma and he's not that confident to perform this way in the bedroom. Now you got this Mr. 40 hours a week and he ain't Mr. Basketball player. He ain't Mr. Superstar rapper. Couple superstar rappers. Y'all don't understand. Men understand this. So they're like, dang, you was dating this guy? Okay, I know who I am. I got an idea who he is, and y'all don't understand. And this is why y'all start to eliminate y'all choices from these high-value men that y'all seek. You can't ride carousels like this. I couldn't have said it better myself, Gav. Men, like, holy smokes, this who you've been dealing with? I ain't trying to compete behind that. On a different note, as Hov said about Beyonce, he said Beyonce used to $1 million vacations. What the hell y'all gonna do with that?
So here's my thing, Mike. She say it's crazy how Ciara's prayer became a thing, and Ciara kept saying, "Oh, I prayed for this man before I got him." What's your take on women that say, Ciara's prayer, or I'm waiting for God to send me this man, and that? I think it's just more the delusion.
Yeah, it's definitely more delusion. You should not be listening to folks like Ciara. You know why? Because Ciara represents less than 2% of the population, man. She's only been dealing with those type of caliber guys. Your average woman out here is not seeing those type of men out there, dude. So listen to Ciara's prayer. It's the most bullshit thing ever. If you notice her list of candidates, she always went higher up on the list, man. Right? She always went higher up on the list. That's even rare for a woman not only to date one 1% guy, but four guys that's in the top 10% of men, and then finally have one marry her with kids. That is a rare exception. To be giving advice to majority of women out here who are single moms is detrimental. That is not going to work for the majority of women out here, man. And then, so for Ciara to be giving that advice and to have a sob story, fuck out of here, man. Like, your advice is for only you and you only, because majority of women are not even in that tier of men, man. You can't be giving that advice like that. Like you ain't. It's not like you went down and dated the janitor or the 40-hour a week guy, man. You went up market. You went, okay. I went to 7 million, 70 million, 100 million, 300 million. Like, what the fuck? Like, you went up market each time, man. Like, you can't be giving advice like that. That's detrimental.
Yeah, and that's my thing. All these modern women love a Ciara's prayer, but y'all ain't waking up running 5 miles in the morning. Y'all not presenting a physique and figure and resources and utility like her. The whole package
Straight like that. And couldn't said it no better. Like you said. Also, shout out. So this my man, you ain't got to lie, Craig. This is Brandon, everybody. It's the show sponsor. You know, for the next couple shows, he came through the hundo. Definitely appreciate that, big dog.
You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. Bless us, brother.
His brother ain't lying. So salute, brother. Definitely appreciate you. But like we was hitting on here, you know, Ciara, a lot of these women want to follow this path she's laid out. And I would say, don't do it.
Don't do it. It's detrimental. Don't do it. She can't take her life and say, y'all here, modern women, y'all do this. Especially when 80% of y'all are obese. Y'all automatically don't fit the mold just off of that. And that is embarrassing. Just step away from the table. Now start reading the rest of Ciara's prayer. Take it from there.
And big up to Russell, man. And maybe God told him, but if I'm making if I got a $200 million deal, I'm not fucking whoever Future fuck. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's some simple ass shit.
Yeah, and there we go. Men, come on, talk to me, somebody. When nobody checking for Russell. When nobody all drooling over no images or videos of Russell. Then Ciara came, neither was she. But she said, you know what? I'm gonna put you on a little bit of this, get your hair cut, yada yada, put you on some J's, and turn you, man, have you kind of looking like a bad boy thug the way I like him.
Exactly, because if she like Ciara always been dealing with athletes. In that circle, whether you're dealing with actors, musicians, or athletes, the circle is small. If you messing with a celebrity, they all mess with each other, right? So the fact that she found Russell or Russell got to marry her means all the other professional athletes like, man, what, she fuck Future? That's a hell nah, man. That's a hell.
But Future wild dude. Future wild. If I'm about to say Future a wild one. You don't want to. Come on, look at these pictures. You know what Future was doing with her.
Yeah, I was like, that's an L, man.
That's seriously.
Oh man, I forgot to say. But Russell, Russell. So how did Russell? Wasn't he a Super Bowl MVP? At least won the Super Bowl. We're gonna call him the Super Bowl MVP. How does the Super Bowl MVP end up being with a baby mom? Because nobody checking for Russell. Russell took what he can get. Wasn't no single non-baby mama Ciara's checking for Russell, don't you see?
Well, Russell wasn't dating sisters at all, really. So
because they weren't checking for him. That's what I'm saying. This was the only sister of any stature that he could get. He said, "Okay, I know Ciara without a kid is outside of my league, but she got a kid. Okay, ain't no other sister checking for me, and I want me a chocolate sister." This I gotta go at this because ain't no other sister checking for me. Because otherwise, you know what I'm saying, he checking for the other league.
Yeah, he was dating pilgrims at the time. As soon as the brother date pilgrims, sisters just write dudes off. They don't, he's invisible. So he came out of nowhere and then wifing that up. But once I found that, like, oh yeah, you used to fuck around with Future? I'm like, fuck out of here. I'm out of here. It's like I'm about to go deal with Janet Jackson or somebody.
Russell didn't have he wasn't in no place. He understood his league as all men understand they league. Russell knew if Ciara is single, I'm not getting to her. Some other superstars getting to her as they did before he could. I can only get to her once her value, her sexual marketplace value has dropped down to mine. Then I can get her. If you ask me, that's why Russell and Ciara together. And it makes sense.
Yeah. Russell, you know what I mean? He was divesting a little bit. But let's finish mining through this video here. Let's see.
Not so bad that Ciara was crying, asking God for a man. Now, this is not unusual because a lot of women, a woman of any race, wants a good man, but usually they don't get it. But Ciara got lucky. She was able to snag Super Bowl winning quarterback Russell Wilson. And of course, her prayer is synonymous and known worldwide to most women as the Ciara's prayer. Now, Ciara, who is a self-professed Christian, you know, in some of the things that she does, it's obvious that she must be a very lukewarm Christian, because some of the dance moves that she does, a lot of the dancing, twerking, the kind of song.
So she be twerking. People say, you know, I wonder what her husband think. People say she got Russell's blessing. As you can see, she be popping it. Russ don't care. Russ is well, you say this all the time. Your woman gotta love you or be into you more than you're into her. I think Russ is into her more than she's into him, probably. I could be wrong.
Yes, there we go. And you know what? I don't understand something. I don't wish ill will on nobody. I wish them the greatest success in their marriage and most happiness. But if you ask me, I ain't betting on this playing out in the best in the long run. I'm sorry, because this is an imbalance. It's out here shaking your booty and all that stuff. Ain't no way I want my wife on nowhere shake her butt. I don't care. For whatever reason, she could be trying to shake her butt in the middle of the garden, talking about she advertises promoting her okra. No, ain't happening. It's definitely an imbalance. But like I said, he understands his place, as every man does. I can't stress that enough. Russell just acting accordingly.
What's your
Yeah,
take,
I agree.
Mike?
I
Is he
agree.
acting
I agree
accordingly?
wholeheartedly, man, on that. I agree wholeheartedly on that, man. Like, so, but like the 3 P's, man: protect, provide, provision. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Men, when we decide to commit to our woman, we're territorial with our woman, right? Remember, it was a reason why back in the day you never knew who the wife was of the man unless he brought her to the social circles. But
There you
a
go.
woman that I'm committed to, you're not showing my baby to the world. You're not twerking to the world. You're not revealing no skin to the world. Like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to protect everything about you to keep you from yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why since the beginning of time that people from this continent to this continent to that continent to that continent who didn't know each other was very hard on women being promiscuous, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's why they like, listen, you got to cover that shit up, man, because you looking bad to me. Like, you bringing bad light to me, man. You fuck up my whole.
So what do we say? I'm gonna say, what do we say to the people who say she's been doing this before she met Russ? She's an entertainer. Russ knows what he signs up for, you know, this and that. Or should she acquiesce? Should she acquiesce to Russ? He's the breadwinner. She doesn't have to do that.
Well, I don't think. Well, for me, I always thought Russ was a little bit soft. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? He a real masculine guy is like, yo, he gonna put his foot down? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? It's either my way or the highway. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I think Russ is into Ciara than the opposite way around, because one, he accepted her with kids, also knowing who she fucked. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, he let her do all this wild shit on Instagram and all that stuff. That to me is a soft approach from a man, because a man that's committed is gonna put boundaries on that ass. You're not gonna embarrass me. You're not gonna bring bad light to me or the family. You know what I'm saying? Because you can fuck shit up. You see what happened to Jada and Will. Jada doing that fuck shit up. Now we remember Will for the slap and for the bald head bitch. You know what I'm saying? But we don't remember all these good movies. We remember this whole slap and
Yep.
And he crying and shit because his wife told the whole world she cheated on that motherfucker. I was like, oh, bitch, you better cut this camera. I'm about to slap the shit out you.
I tell you what, one thing that Ciara did, and I think it's funny O'Shea showed that Ciara cried, and Kev used to always touch on that as far as the power in a woman's femininity. Y'all are afraid to cry. She went up there and cried, and she got her man. Instead of crying, y'all get that scowl and puff your chest out and broaden your shoulders up. You don't need help. You ain't looking for nobody. Ciara said, I need a man, and she cried. And she got the Super Bowl MVP. Look at the data. Look at the evidence. Look how she got her man. She didn't come out and say, I'm independent. I'm Ciara. I got bread, and I am the bag. I am the table. So somebody knows. She said, I'm down bad, even though she wasn't necessarily. You see, she said, I'm down. I'm her. I need a man. She cried. She acted like a woman.
Hey, ask a woman, or just ask the ladies in the chat. Just ask the ladies when the last time they apologized to a man that ain't your father or your brother.
Tough.
Gary, yeah,
that's
a good question. Good question. So that's the question to the chat from Mr. Washington here. Ladies, put a 1 in the chat if you have ever, apologized.
Yep, apologize to a man outside of your brother or your dad.
There you go. Put a 1 in the chat, ladies, if you ever apologized to a man outside of your brother, your dad, your uncle, your grandpa, or something.
Or when was the last time?
Yeah, the last time, bro. They probably couldn't remember.
Okay, I knew my girl Third Eye. I knew Third Eye Wives was coming through. She said last week. What are we talking about?
Okay. Third Eye Wise is the one of our moderators over here, Mike. She's solid. She holding it down. She one of the real ones. So we got number real ones over here. So they gonna be in the chat. You know what I mean? That's not a good gauge, or maybe not our chat room.
Okay, sure. Beauty with Shay said last time was about 2 weeks ago. There we go.
Okay. So they out here apologizing.
There we go. I tell you what, and that's why y'all over here. Because if y'all ain't no way hell y'all gonna deal with the shit we saying. Y'all be way too triggered. If y'all
this chat a little bit more conscious, a little bit red pill. Because other than that, you'd be triggered. Like if this conversation was going on during my work hours or something like that, I had to take this bitch in the attic. Boy, as soon as I would have got fired. I would have got fired or something. I had to take this conference on the roof.
That's true. So like Third Eye, I said, you got the good girls over here. That is true.
That's right.
So we're going to finish mining through this video and see what else we got here.
Instagram posts. It doesn't scream Christianity, but I'll leave that alone for another discussion. I'm only here to talk about somebody's problem with Ciara, and it's not mine. I don't care that she's with Russell Wilson or not, but black women, many on black Twitter, have a problem with Ciara. Now, Ciara posted this particular video in which we cannot play the music, and the video on Twitter says, "Positive affirmation, speaking life into myself, #the girls." And of course, there are some lyrics that say, "This is for the girls that don't need no man. Get your money, sis." Things like that, right?
This is for my single girls that don't need no man. Get that bag, girl. This is the song. This is her latest single. This is Ciara. This is Ciara telling women, you don't need no man. Get that bag, sis.
There you go. And you know what? This is beautiful. I got a theory that sister code, this sister code that she's displaying is 100% self-destructive. And it's like a Trojan horse. Why in the world would a happily married woman be telling all her peers and her minions that be single and get your bag and be a boss CEO chick whenever she over here wholeheartedly submitting to a man the way she should be and reaping the benefits of that? Why would she do this?
She's in his mansion as we speak doing this.
It's destructive. Y'all, sister code needs to go away. It's a ruse. It's sick hoodoo. It don't help y'all. Single women keep women single, and now we got married women trying to keep single women single. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Are women that catty that they just like, you know what? I see my girl over here all big, fat, and blowed out. You beautiful, sis. You got it. You good. Oh, you single? I'm married. You good. You don't need no man. You boss chick CEO. You independent. Is that not like that's like a Trojan horse? How are these women your friend? How are you looking up to these women? This is nuts.
Well, if every woman was happily married, how much weight would Ciara carry at that moment if everybody had what she had? So of course she want to keep them single. It makes her look more grand, if you will. What's your take, Mike?
First I'm gonna say, if I see them boots one more fucking time, man, I'm gonna lose my shit, yo. God damn, man. What the fuck is going on? We living in the fucking Twilight Zone, man. This shit's retarded, yo.
Yes,
Fucking
sir.
Super Mario boots and shit, man. But anyway, she's doing the same shit Beyonce did. All the single ladies, but she's married to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is just delusional, is outright sense, and it's why the population, the regular population, should not be listening to folks, celebrities, man. That is a whole fantasy world out there, man. You know what I'm saying? She's telling get your own bag, single ladies, but married to a man, and then her history has always been going up market to high value dudes because she know deep down instinctively, because she's older now, that if she leaves Russ, that's a wrap, son. Like it's over. Her and Russ will break up. Good luck, Chuck, baby. It's you and your kids. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna have no man, and that's when she gonna take that nigga to court and get half his shit. You know
That's just what I want to touch on.
She have 3 kids. They got 3 of them things right now.
Why is this situation for Russ really not ideal? And why, even playing stepdaddy to Ciara and her acting like this in social media, shaking that thing and doing her dances, still to this day, and I only know because it's in social media, that Future will still reference sexual acts with Ciara. Do you not understand, man, can have peace with that going on? Yeah, I'm saying, come on, man. Y'all got, if I'm sitting here riding in my Maybach with my boys, having a good time, and that Future come on, and now y'all all looking at me because he talking about somebody come on, man.
Oh, here we go, Willie. We could get more granular. You gotta get more granular. Russell is still a football player. He in the locker room, Mike, as you know. They get to throwing some Future on during practice or something, and his boys in there reciting the lyrics. Come on, this could get bad real fast.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, though, yo. That's why I'm saying Russ is soft, because you got to understand any sexual position he put her in my head, I'd be like, man, Future already did this shit, man. Like, she already did this shit. Like, that's like, yeah, man, that's like simp at the highest level. But also, this is the thing I was going to say.
Here we go. Devil's advocate. A lot of women watching and maybe gonna watch the replay, they're gonna say y'all sound real insecure. And Willie, you hit on this all the time.
No, ain't shit insecure my tail. No, it's just reality. Y'all men we understand how we are not delusional. We understand, like I said, you messing with these athletes, these superstars and all this. When y'all are intimate, they trying to imprint on you. Yes, every man does. We understand what we up against. We not delusional. We ain't out here like, oh, I'm a dime. No, that's y'all. Ain't got the insecurity. It's logical, reasonable.
Insecurity. No. You can't be. Who the fuck gonna be insecure on the ran through? You can't be insecure on the ran through. That's asinine. It ain't about insecure. Insecure at all, man. It's just,
if you ask me, that's sign language. A woman's trying to shame you into saying, "Oh, you insecure." Y'all don't want to step that, and you don't want to be like Russell. Y'all too insecure to date a woman. They trying to shame you.
That's wild. Insecure. Hold up.
Insecure on the ran through.
Insecure because we won't want to deal with continually being reminded that another man was screwing my wife. So I'm insecure because and that's what we touching on. We touching on Ciara's circumstance. She was messing with Future. Future is a rock star. His music is everywhere, and he talks about what he talks about. He has deemed terms. She's for the streets. This is Mr. City Boy 2.0. And he was your wife's ex, and he continued to say things like, I still hit off C. And they married. A man can't have peace with this. Men take judgment from their peers very seriously. We don't hold ourselves on a pedestal. Only our peers can tell us who we are. So if our peers look at it and say, hey man, you simping, then that's what TI is. And that's what this comes off as. Men live by rules and boundaries and regulations and protocol and procedures. That's my man Dan. Exactly. And it don't fly. It's embarrassing. A man's honor, manhood is fragile. Got to be held tight. And I can't be saying here, no NFL superstar. And I'm gonna keep saying in my Maybach with my boys, we having a good time off season, drinking, whatever. And this song come on outside the locker room because that's just atomic. Because testosterone is high as ever. That's violence. So I'm gonna put this, in the Maybach, and now this song come on, my day ruined. Because motherfuckers working and giggling. Damn, I wonder if Future. Because y'all men, here we go, ladies. Y'all understand? Real men can be pretty cruel to each other, and it ain't to really be cruel, but we'll point out the truth to each other. Like, damn, man, you do realize, Future had your woman hanging from. He talking about having your woman hanging off the chandelier in Cancun. That's crazy. Like, that's wild. How you dealing with that, brother? It's all on the radio, and now you telling me a man can have peace under these circumstances? No.
Yeah, this is what women fail to realize, and for the life of me, why the data is the data. Men and women are not the same. Women look for experience in the man. Men, we don't want experience from the woman we commit to. We want naturally we want to give the woman the first of everything. We want to be her first, right? Now,
yes,
you know what I'm saying? So that's why when we hear things like, if we're dating a woman and she say, "Oh, I've been to Dubai. I drove a couple of Lambos. You know what I mean? I've been here." We know instinctively another nigga did that because women don't buy those things by themselves. A woman don't buy Lambos by themselves. A woman don't take trips to Dubai by themselves. They're not gonna go to foreign countries where they don't speak the language by themselves, right? So we know instinctively that, all right, you've been with another nigga that paid for you and bought you that. So I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I want those things to be our first together. You know what I'm saying? I want it to be the first, right? So, if I commit to a woman, right, and I understand she has a sexual history, I naturally don't want to be guy number 5 and 6, especially the guy before me was damn near a porn star, man.
There we go.
It's not insecure at all. It's just like, nah, I'm not insecure. No man is insecure of a ran through of a woman that, been promiscuous in the past or definitely have kids, you know what I'm saying? But again, going back to Russ, you know what I mean? It's a soft move, man, off the rip for me, because one, you are accepted a woman with 3 kids. And the fact that you knew her past sexual partners and you still committed to that is still an L. But then again, when you have money, people sometimes let their money do the talking and everything else, let the dust settle through everything else. But for the regular student people out here, the regular bodies, that situation doesn't adhere to everybody. So yeah, man. It's like saying you're being insecure of dating a porn star. Like, what the fuck? I don't want to my boys coming in the locker room saying, "Hey, yo, I've seen the video last week and your bitch get gangbanged." Like, what the fuck?
There you go. Hey, to piggyback off of Mike, men understand that today's modern woman has hypergamy. So we have a need to appeal to your hypergamy. I can't appeal to your hypergamy whenever you done already been to Dubai, as Mike said. You done already drove Lambos. How am I going to appeal to your hypergamy that is heavily instilled in you? Now, the fact that if I can't match that or exceed it, you are going to look to level up, as Ciara did. Ain't got nothing. It's logical.
Yeah. And what the fuck going on with these fucking boots, man?
What's that?
The fuck going on with these boots?
Hey, you know what? Somebody said it. They said they believe these boots are a social experiment. And I say, you know, we've been way past social experiments just to see how gullible and predictive society is today. Like, look, come on, man. Y'all see them boots, and they are the talk of the world, of, you know what I'm saying, of the culture at the very least. And it's sick. It's all sick. And someone else said they laughed at Ye when they came out with them big Super Trooper boots, and then they come out, turn them red, and soften them up, and they in love with them. We got to stop being so gullible. Seriously, it's sick. Why in the world are we trying to buy, as Mike said, these Super Mario waffle stomping boots? Like, I mean, just anything. Folks, I get it. Maybe y'all say they cool, they hip, they artistic, what the heck ever. My thing is this, and here's my thing. I ain't paying hundreds of dollars for something that ain't at least genuine leather. My goodness, that always threw me off. I said, this is me. I'm not about to pay $400, $500 for something that ain't at least genuine leather, something I can't have for years. Like, they selling foam. They selling foam composite for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. That's sick. It has no value. The Mickey Mouse Clubhouse shoes, man, is crazy.
Right. But then there's this lady, Mama T, which is on Twitter known as Mamas at Home. She says this: angry music. This is for the girls that don't need no man. While standing in your man's house, living in luxury with his money is crazy. Then she also says this: angry music. By no means is she broke on her own. But please, let's stop the cap. These women be selling y'all wolf tickets and then gone home to their husbands. Can I get a ooh sound effect? Now, I want to deal with this as a core argument because a lot of ladies, and I believe this also, let's just leave Ciara alone. Let's talk politics. A lot of the policies that are geared to help single moms, especially in the urban communities, let's be more niche here. Let's talk about African American communities. The policies that are handed down to them as a voting block, it's handed to them by Democratic senators who usually are married. That's the truth. Most of which who would never want their kids going to school with your kids. All right. And the reality is that the women that Ciara is trying to, or who wants to listen to Ciara, they are single moms, just like her. Ciara's not going to be going out there preaching how it is being a good wife. No, she's going to make music for her group. And you want to talk about toxicity because, you know, the manosphere community gets a lot of a bad rap for guys consistently making, you know, content for guys that's toxic and things like that, just that degrade women. And that could be very true for certain people. I won't, you know, argue against that for certain creators. Could be very true. But what would you say for women like Beyonce and women like Ciara, who their lives, even though Beyonce is wildly talented, they have benefited from being with a married or being married to a rich, talented, powerful man, a man who has made their life much easier. And in Ciara's case, a man that took the child of another man and raised it as her own. Yet she'll get on here and sing this poison and telling women to empower yourself. You don't need no man, but you were crying for a man. And that's how hypocritical this all is.
So like I just said, why would Ciara want every woman to be happily married? It would diminish her being married and her being so great. It wouldn't be such a thing. So of course she's speaking to her audience at the same time. Jay-Z used to say this. Jay-Z said, I gotta dumb down my lyrics so I can sell records to y'all. He said, I'm really intelligent, but I make music like this because this is what y'all buy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, that's crazy. I could not imagine. You Russell Wilson, I can't get the last name right. You Russell Wilson. You walk in the house and Ciara here in these, as Beauty with Shay said, you in here with these Dora the Explorer boots on, talking about don't need no man, independent, yada yada. I'm like, oh, what's this song about? What's on your heart that made you sing this? But as Gavin said, these entertainers know what move on the shelf or what move through via iTunes or whatever. And so they just giving y'all what y'all like, as all social media does. And there we go. We can sit here and argue and going about what social media is always putting in front of our face, but let's get it understood. They only putting what y'all in front of y'all face, what y'all want. They know what y'all want. There's a whole algorithm. They say, oh, this is what they like. This is what they like looking at. Throw that out there. More and more of it. So the only thing social media shows you, folks, is what you're demanding. So y'all demand this type of stuff. And that's why married women like Ciara and Beyonce continue to put it out, because y'all like it.
So Mike, why can't Ciara come out and make an album about being a submissive wife or something like that? Why can't she talk about that kind of stuff?
It's not conducive to the mainstream, man. It doesn't sell. You know what I'm saying?
All.
When you sitting at the table, when you sitting at the round table with the people the decision makers who really make the decisions and push out the albums and push out the branding and stuff like that, like it's strategic. You know what I mean? We got to cater to the base. The base is single moms, right? Who's gonna buy that shit? You know what I mean? Those people, right? That demographic of people is going to increase ticket sales. So we got to go on tour. We got to make sure we're in those cities with those single moms and shit like that, right? So it doesn't go with the messaging in terms of what society, right? So society is women are not held accountable. They can have their cake and eat it too. You know what I mean? But don't shame women. Don't talk about they single mom status. Don't talk about how big they are and shit like that, right? So you can push that messaging. But I'm just kind of surprised that, getting back to Russell, to put the emphasis on him, like any real men who's dominant, who's a leader, is gonna put a boundary on that. Like, you ain't about to push that shit out, man. Are you crazy? You know what I mean? You ain't about to be married to me and I'm raising your kids. You in my house talking about you don't need a man. Are you fucking out of your mind? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's nuts.
Yeah, unless they had a talk or something about that, but it's all cap than what Ciara is pushing, because you should be talking to things that's going to relate to majority of women to get the results, to try to increase the results here, man. That keep talking about single ladies and baby mama drama and they don't need no man. We got enough of that. We see the data, we see the results of it. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need that.
Ciara can't come on there talking about all she had to do to get my man Russell wrapped around her finger. She had to practice some form of celibacy for a while, his demand, all types of stuff. As Third Eye Wise said, most black women are married. So Ciara come up here and talking about trying to tell them how to get married, and all she's gonna be doing is using trigger words, and everybody gonna get triggered, and her sales gonna plummet.
Okay,
and that'd be that.
So she said most black women aren't married, right? Mm-hmm. Two things is true. You know who is married?
Who that is?
The Brat.
The Brat?
That's the Brat.
The Brat.
So this is a pregnant woman. We always talk about, well, you hit on this, marry before you carry. The Brat said, hold my beer. All right. What's your take on this, Mike? The Brat says she is married. All right.
Was she 50?
48.
Yeah, her value is at it. She's done, man. She can get married. She's done. Like, who's she married to?
She married
to a woman. So
she married to a woman.
Yeah.
She what is it? Step. I can't remember what it's called.
I don't know.
She married to a. There we go. She a step stud. That's step stud. Step stud Brat. So because her husband got kids, and now she's having a kid, from some unanimous donor. So she said, you know what? Y'all said married before I carry. She said, I'm married, and now I'm carrying. What say you?
She like stud daddy or something. I don't know.
Yeah, man, I ain't getting to that. I ain't getting to that bullshit clown world, man. Marrying woman and shit, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. This just a clown world. This just a clown world we living in, man. Like, get the fuck on, man.
Here is the heart of a straight man. I give you this example. Give me 2 islands. Give me one island with a straight couple, and give me another island with whatever an alphabet couple. I come back in 100 years and I see where there's life. You understand? We here to procreate. All you Christians out there know what we here to procreate. We here to expand and be fruitful. All that. That's just plain and simple. So a straight man really have a hard time understanding the structure of the alphabet community whenever we live under these kind of fire and brimstone rules. And plain and simple, we here to create life and continue to grow. If give me an island full of alphabet people, and then give me an island full of straight people, and life will continue on one island, and life will cease to exist on the other, unless they start doing test tube, wild science procedures over there and creating stuff. But have at it. We're going to see, as I love to say, time will always tell whether or not these decisions we are making are right or wrong. And we all know that society ain't exactly heading in the right direction. Hence, we up here talking all this mess. This should be a big clue.
So yeah, man. Yeah, as Danny Nicole said, the wife demo doesn't have time always to go to concerts, and not the majority. So I don't know. So sales wouldn't be substantial. Mm-hmm. And she'd be called out for her past by the gatekeepers of marriage-minded coalition.
There you go. True. There you go.
So PC we say 2 women cannot make a baby on their own. According to science, man. I don't know, brother.
That shit, they can't, not on their own. They gotta get that spark of life from a Y chromosome carrying individual.
Hell, God, you need a fucking male sperm, female sperm. Fuck that, yo. That's the problem now with this new generation, man. They trying to change all type of shit. Like, listen, you can't change biology, man. You can't change the fucking genome code, man. It's male chromosome, female chromosome, man. Period. On the outside, you can say you're a fucking elephant if you want to. You still a fucking man at the end of the day, man. Like, come on, man. Shit's crazy out here.
That's all. It's hard to really, taking any ideas of this delusion. It's odd. And I'm gonna keep saying it. People can say we wrong, they can say we closed-minded, but ain't no hate, it's all love over here. We have concern, but time will always tell. This is recorded. This is on the record. That goes without saying. I'll let y'all in 5-10 years, and we'll see whether or not Mr. Gavin X and Mr. Walker and Mr. Mike Washington got egg on their face. I think not.
Shit. Get to that ASAP Rock. Ain't Rihanna a single mom too? They ain't married.
Yeah, she's single for sure. That's why I said that is not going to play out well. And look, here we are. Look how they show these two in the media, ASAP and Rihanna. Y'all, we all seen that latest cover of those two.
The Vogue cover.
Yeah, and she up front, and it's crazy how they took the picture. They actually make Rihanna look bigger than him. He's in behind her. He's holding her hand, and he holding a baby. His stance and everything, he look all feminine.
Yeah, feminine as fuck, man.
It's wild.
Dressed like a girl. I'm like, man, that is not. If folks looking at that picture and don't see like what the messaging is, like you're absolutely on a different planet somewhere, man. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
there you go. Seriously, you know what? It's going to take a while. It's going to take for hard times to come. Someone said it on another panel. It's going to take for times to get real hard, dang near warlike, for people to realize that masculinity, true masculinity, is under attack. And just to be clear, there is no such thing. I'm going to keep saying this. There is no such thing as toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity is the lack of masculinity. Plain and simple.
Okay. So we're going to say...